White men in America are the beneficiaries of the greatest affirmative action program in world history. It's called world history.
Oh wow, this guy's a real piece of crap then, isn't he? No, you fucking mook. The people who benefited from history are the same ones that benefit in general now. And it is pissing me off that fucks like you refuse to engage with this. Well, fact. It's the rich and the powerful who benefited. Were some of them white? Sure. But most people, in general, regardless of skin tone or even location, were poorer than shit. And that privilege has shone through to today. Around 45 million people fall under the poverty line. If your version of historical privilege were even remotely true, not one of them would be white. Oh shit, that's more of them than any other group. Oh no, narrative. Now, I'm not going to deny that considering there are only 30% of the population, that black people are overrepresented there. But here's the thing. How about we focus on helping poor people? Then all those numbers will decrease, whatever skin colour they are. But somehow that's not good enough because poor white people are privileged. Somehow. Fuck me, it's the first sentence and I've had to go off on one. Now this. You're amazing at being the worst.
We are witnessing perhaps the most extensive masculinization of public policy than we have ever witnessed in our history.
Okay, let's see where this gibber speak leads us. Hopefully to Narnia. I always wanted to meet Aslan. He's a fucking bamf.
We're witnessing a movement of jobs away from women and towards men.
Shit, they're taking jobs away from women. Not letting them do the same work as a man. That's monstrous. We have to stop this.
And this is unprecedented.
We're going to put our miners back to work. We're going to put our auto industry back to work.
All of the roads that are being built, all of those miners going back to the coal mines.
Could just as easily be women, couldn't they? I'm serious. There is no reason women couldn't do those jobs. Perhaps their physical characteristics would make it harder, and more than likely, they just wouldn't want to. But what is stopping them? I'm pretty sure no law is in place, no roaming gangs of job enforcers are going around forcing people to stay in their lane. So what is it?
All of the infrastructure. Who do you think is going to be doing that work?
Whoever wants to? I know what you're hinting at, but that just makes you sound like a massive fucking sexist, if I'm quite honest.
Whereas the cuts are going to come from the arts, the service sector, from teachers.
No white male has ever been in the arts or a teacher or a whatever, etc. And B, he said,
we're going to put our miners back to work. We're going to put our auto industry back to work.
Now, I didn't think the government did either of those things. I was under the impression that those fields are covered by private industry. So why the fuck would there be any cuts? That doesn't make any sense. In fact, I would have thought that would put more money into the hands of the general populace, allowing them to, I don't fucking know, spend it, thus bringing everyone's income up. That's the thing. When working class people have money, do you know what they do with it? Do you think that they hoard it in massive banks and offshore accounts? Do you think that they keep it all for themselves? No, fuckwit. They spend it. I also want to know what this has to do with specifically white men. Can black men not do manual labour? Are you a massive racist as well? I think so.
The forgotten men and women of our country will be forgotten no longer.
I don't understand why you seem to be trying to make him look good in these clips. Personally, I'm not a fan of the man, but this stuff could bring me around. What could you possibly have against these sentiments? Thanks now, this. You done played yourself.
Time and again when I interviewed the men on the right, on the extreme right.
I like that slip. There is no right, only extreme right. Because if we don't paint them all as terrible, bad, awful, monstrous, just disgusting human beings, then we might have to listen to them and take their wants and needs into consideration instead of treating them like shit. We can't have that. We want to hate these people.
They all talked about them being the forgotten American, and Trump channeled their feeling into a political movement.
And that was your fault. I do mean specifically you and every other person who screamed racist, sexist, misogynist at these, quite frankly, pretty normal people who were just afraid of losing the very little they had. Because fucking bourgeois motherfuckers, that's right, I'm going to use your kind of words against you, wanted to give it to other people who hadn't earned it, while never letting go of your own much, much greater wealth and privilege. Because, you deserved it, not those scumbag working dregs. Fuck them and their problems. I bet they don't even go to the theatre twice a week, uncultured swines.
What would you say to the American family that loses their jobs?
Where did you get the idea it was your job?
Apart from the fact it's just a saying, you dumb fuck, one that everybody, everywhere, ever uses all the fucking time since forever. I got the idea from when I went to an interview and I got the job and then worked my ass and lost it because my job I was doing went to some poor fuck in the middle of nowhere because he was not only willing but had to work for basically nothing. That is what people are thinking. It was their job, now it isn't. But you're gonna cunt it right up here, aren't you, shitbag?
Because without confronting men's sense of entitlement,
do you not say that your job is being a massive condescending dickbag to people who have much less than you? I mean, I'm sure you don't say that, but I think you get my point.
we will never understand why so many white men drift to the right, because we feel these are our jobs. They're being taken from us.
They think their right to earn a living is being stripped away from them by people who don't give a fuck about them, talk down to them, tell them they are wrong and the worst people on earth. Fuck you.
We will make America great again.
All of these ideas that make America great again, you look backward so that you can envision a new future.
Oh, come on, it's a catchy fucking slogan. Even you can't be so stupid as to think it means let's do everything that happened in the past. I guess you could. You are a thick fuck.
You look backward to a time when your masculinity was unchallenged.
Masculinity has always been challenged all the time, forever. What you are saying doesn't make any sense or mean anything.
You look back to a time when your dominance was unchallenged.
The sort of people you are sitting there smugly talking down to never had dominance. They were not who you seem to think they are. They are the poor masses, the people who don't have time to sit down and think about how everything is so terrible for some nebulous other, while not actually doing anything about it, instead expecting literally everyone else to take the burden for your ideals.
But now, with all of these others, minorities, immigrants, women, LGBT, contending.
Oh, so you're homophobic as well? Brilliant. What makes you think they can't do these jobs? And this seriously misses the point of bringing back these jobs. Do you think they just stopped happening because, what, governmental funding? Are you actually that dense? They got shipped abroad. That's the jobs he's talking about. Your own point of reference. He's not even talking about jobs taken up by illegal immigrants, but the jobs that simply aren't there anymore because your government made it easy for giant corporations to just uplift entire industries and transplant them somewhere else. You should be against that. But no. It means you can get all your shit a few cents cheaper, and I guess you're all that matters, you selfish fucking prick.
It's harder and harder for white men to achieve that dominance that they once took for granted.
Yeah, that dominance, like feeding your kids, or having a home, or sleeping in a building. Those dominance that you take for granted aren't allowed to these lesser, filthy peasants. Oh, and you are literally advocating for taking these jobs away from minorities as well. You utter cretin. You are amazingly blind to the effects of your own bullshit.
We're going to win. We're going to keep our citizens safe.
Awful. Everyone knows blacks, LBGTs and women aren't citizens. Send them all back home.
Trump embodies two types of masculinity. He embodies the masculinity of the guy who wins and wins, and he's nasty and mean, but he gets in there and he fights and he wins all the time.
A significant proportion of the country don't seem to see him quite like that, but I guess they are all scum that we hate, so fuck their opinions as well as everything else about them, right?
And he also wants to channel the Reagan-esque father figure. Come to me, I will protect you, I will keep you safe. And you can give up freedom of the press. You can give up freedom of speech. It's a small price to pay.
I'm sorry, when did he shut down anybody saying anything they want? When did he have someone locked up for, I don't know, disagreement online? Oh right, that's cunts like you. I forgotted.
It does us no good at all to tell these men that their feelings are wrong.
Then what was the point of this entire video? Seems to me that you think they are wrong and you have no problem calling them entitled for expecting to be able to feed their families. Your feelings are wrong because they are not based on any kind of objective reality.
Feelings are feelings. They're real. They're right to be angry, but they're delivering their mail to the wrong address. We have to, in our work, in our protests, and in our media, we have to constantly be saying, this is the right address to be delivering that mail to.
Yeah, they should go to the people who say that you are entitled and the worst kind of human filth. Not the people saying, I will try to fix your problems. Brilliant. You're a moron.